Welcome to this third revision of Yehuchanan John chapter 11, and it will begin at verse 39. So let us begin with the usual chart for anyone who's not 100% familiar, and also the resources. And then we'll move on straight away, because this is all about revision, about knowing whether we've learned something in the previous lessons. So let us begin. And then we see we've got a lamed, which has a value of 30, and a tet, a value of 9, giving us 39. And then we go vayomer, which is like, and he said. And then who said it? Yahushua. And then it is se'u, you lift, because se comes from nasa, means to lift. Et, grammar marker, ha, even, meaning the stone. Me'aleha, from upon it. And that, of course, is the tomb, because we're talking about Lazarus being in the tomb. And then Yeshua's telling the people to move the stone, right? Va tomer. And she said, because it's got a tav there, that tells us that feminine. Elev, meaning unto him. So let's see the translation. And he said, Yahushua, you lift, grammar marker, the stone, from upon it, meaning the tomb. And she said to him. And then we're getting mata. Achot, meaning the sister. Ha-met, meaning the dead. So the sister of the dead. Adoni, my master. Hine, behold. Kvar, meaning already. Kvar. Ba'ash, in or putrefying, meaning rotting. Ba'ash, rotting. Ki, for. Arba'a, meaning four. For four. Marta, the sister of the dead. My master, behold, already putrefying or rotting. It's interesting that ba'ash, ash is like ash, you could say. It comes from the word for ash, meaning, it's already decaying. Ki, for. Arba'ah, for four. And then we have yamim, which is days. Lo, for him. Days for him. Right, and then we come to mem, which has a value of 40, and we go vayomer, and he said eleha, unto her, because it's got a hey at the end. Yahushua, hello. So that's a question, right? Which is did not. So that's how we could translate it, because it's a questioning hey at the beginning. Amarti, I say, luck to you, ki, that, if, ta'amini, you believe me, that if you believe me. And he said unto her, Yahushua, did not I say to you that if you believe me? Techazi, you will see or perceive. Et, grammar marker, kavod, meaning the esteem. Ha Elohim, of Elohim. You will see the esteem of the Elohim. And then we have mem, 40 and I left 1, 41. Vayisu, Vayisu, and they lifted. Again, the root word is nasa, to lift. And of course the u is they. Et, grammar marker, ha, even, meaning the stone, a shear, ha, met, a shear which, or where, could be where as well. Ha, met, the dead, who, some, was put, because some we know means to put, meaning the one was put. Sham, there. The Yahushua, and Yahushua nasa, again lifted. Nasa is to lift. Same root word as this one here, but it's nasa this time. And they lifted, grammar marker, the stone where the dead was put there, and Yahushua lifted. And then we've got et, which of course is grammar marker, enough, meaning his eyes, right, enough, la ma rom, meaning to the heights, to the sky, vayomar, and he said, od ka, thank you. Avi, my father, ki, that, anitani, anitani, you answer me. All right, now let's see that. Grammar marker, his eyes to the sky, and said, thank you, my father, that you answer me. And then we have a mem, 40, vayet, 2, 42. Va'ani, and I, yadati, I know, ki, that, ta'aneni, that you answer me. The Tav tells us it's like you. Tamid. Tamid means always, continually. Ve'ulam. Ve'ulam. And nevertheless. Ba'avur, which means on behalf of. Ha'am, the people. Ha'zeh, this. And I know that you answer me always, and nevertheless, on behalf of the people, this. Ashir, that, and then this is a samek, so it's se, vi, vo, tai, surround me, because we know saviv means surrounding. Di, bar, ti, I spoke, or I said. La, ma'an, so that, ya'aminu, they shall believe. Vi, in me, ki, for, ata, you, shalach, tani, sent me. Right. That surround me, I spoke, so that they shall believe in me, for you sent me. And then we have a mem, 40, gimel 3, 43. Vahi, and it was. And then we have ke, kaloto, kaloto, like his finishing. Because we know kol means all, so it can mean finish then. Like his finishing, la dabar, deber, la deber, to speak, vayik ra, and called out, b'kol, in a voice, gadol, meaning great, la Elazar, so la Elazar, to Elazar. Kum, meaning arise, say, come out. And it was like he is finishing to speak, and called out in a voice great to Elazar, arise, come out. And now we come to Mem 40, Dalet 4. Vayetze, and came out. And it's came out because we've got a Vav and a Yod in front of it, so it's a completed action. Hamet, the dead, the Yadayev, and his hands, the Raglayev, and his feet, Kerukot, meaning wrapped, Betakrikin, in burial shroud, Ufanayev, and his face, because we know Panay means face, right? Upanayev, and his face, and came out the dead, and his hands and his feet wrapped in burial shroud, and his face lutim, meaning covered, basudar, the sudar, in the shawl. Vayomer, and he said, Alehem, unto them, Yahushua, ha-tiru, you unravel, oto, him. So it's covered, so his face was covered in a shawl, and he said unto them, Yahushua, you unravel him, v'yelek, and this can be translated as let him go, because some might think lek means to go, and these mean it's a completed action, so it could mean and went. But they normally translate it and let go. La darko, to his way. Let him go to his way. And you could say, and went to his way as well, I guess. And we got here, and let him go to his way. And now we've got a mem and a hey, which is 45. Va rabim, and many. Men from Ha-Yehudim, the Jews, Bashir, which Ba'u, they had come, El, to Miriam, and many from the Yehudim, which they had come to Miriam, Birotam, meaning in them seeing. Now we can sort of see ra'ah in there, to do with seeing. In them seeing, et Ramamaka, Ashir, what, Asa, meaning did, he did, Yahushua, He'eminu, they believed, Vo, in him. In them saying, Grandma Micah what? He did, Yahushua, they believed in him. And then we have a mem 40, vav 6, 46. The yesh, and some. So yesh can mean some. Ashir, that. Halku, we can see that it's like a questioning, hey. They, and then went, they went, halak. Because the word, so it's not a questioning hey this time, it's from the root halak, meaning to go, right, to walk. They went to ha-perushim, the Pharisees, vayagidu, and they told, because gid means to tell, lahem, to them. And some that they went to the Pharisees and they told to them. At grammar marker, a shear, again, it can be what? A sa, which could be he did. And then Yahushua. Grammar marker, what he did, Yahushua. And then we've got Mem 40, Zion 7. And then we've got us, then Yakhilu, they did gather. Because we see the word in here, kahal, which is gathering, assembly. Right, so they did, and it's a verb, so they did gather. Rashi, meaning the heads. Ha-Kohanim, the priests. The Ha-Perushim, and the Pharisees. Et grammar marker, Sanhedrin. Sanhedrin. And we know that a Sanhedrin, it's a governing body, right? Then they did gather the heads of the priests and the Pharisees, grammar marker, a Sanhedrin. Then we have Va Yom Ru. And they said, Ma, what? Na-a, say, are we to do? What are we to do? Ki, for, ha-ish, the man, ha-la-zeh, halazeh, for this, say, doing, the man, literally it's the man to this, is doing otot, signs, har-bay, which is from rabay, meaning many. The many, you could say. And they said, what are we to do? For the man, for this, is doing signs many. And then we've got Mem 40, Chet 8, 48. Im lo. So im lo, if not. So if, see, im can be if not. Nik la ehu, we confine him. Kulam, all of them, because kul is all, and the mem is them. Ya'aminu, they shall believe. Vo, in him. Uva'u, and they will come. Ha-ro-mi-yim, the Romans. If not, we confine him. All of them, they shall believe in him, and they will come, the Romans. Valakhu, and they take, because kach means to take, right? And they will take. Gam also et gramamaka admatenu, which is Adam, we know me. Adama means land, right? Dirt. Will take our land. V'gam, and also et Amenu, our people. And they take also Gramamaka, our land, and also Gramamaka, our people. And then we have a mem, 40, a tet 9. Vayomer, and he said, Alehem, unto them, echad, meaning one, mehem, from them, the who and he, kayafa, right? Kayafa. Ha-Kohen, the priest, Ha-Gadol, the great, meaning the high priest. And he said unto them, one from them, and he was Caiaphas, the priest, the great. That's Caiaphas, as we normally read it in most of our scriptures. Ba Shana, in the year, ha-he, that, atem, you, lo, not tedu, you do know, not you do know, devar, a thing, in the year that. So he was the high priest in the year that. And then he says, you, not you know, a thing. And then nun is 50, af, even, lo, not, tit, bo, nanu. You do consider, ki, that, tov, good, lanu, for us, mut, the death, ish, a man, echad, one, ba'ad, on account or on behalf, ha-goy, meaning the nation, even not you do consider that good for us, the death, a man, one, on behalf of the nation. And then we have me'avod, which is from destruction, ha'am, the people, kul, lo, all of them, or it all, because that's a pronoun on the back, but because we're talking about nation, it can be it all, or all of it. From destruction, the people, all of them, or it should be all of it, the nation, in other words. And then nun, 50, aleph 1, 51. Velo, and not milibo, from his heart. So, lev, we know, is heart. From his heart, diber, he spoke, ha-devar, the word, hazeh, this, ki, for, haya, he was, ha-Kohen, the priest, ha-Gadol, the high priest, the great priest. And not from his heart he spoke the word this, for he was the priest, the great, the high priest, in other words. Ba Shana, in the year, ha-he, that, vayinave, and prophesied. So we've got Navi is the root word there, but it's a verb now, and prophesied. Asher that Yamut would die, Yahushua, Ba'ad on behalf Ha'am the people. In the year that, and prophesied that he would die, Yahushua, on behalf of the people. Right, and then we have a Nun 50 Vayet 2. Velo, which is a not. And then we have Va'ad, which again is on behalf. Ha'am the people. Levado. It, that's the last part, it, and levad is alone, it alone. Ki for gam also lekabetz, also to collect. At grammar marker, b'nei, the sons of Ha-Elohim, of the Elohim. And not on behalf of the people, it alone, for also to collect, grammar marker, the sons of the Elohim. Hamfuzarim, the scattered, the Hayu, and they become La'achadim, as one, because we got a chad in there, for one. But one is like the plurality of one. All right, and translate it, and scattered, and they become as one. Nun 50, Gimel 3, Vayi va'atsu, and they consulted, Yachdav, meaning together, Lahamito, for his killing, Mehayom, from the day, with the mem being from, and Hayom is the day. Hahu, that, Vahala, and onwards. And they consulted together for his killing. From the day that and onwards. Then we have Nun 50 Dalet 4, 54. And we begin with Al-Ken. Al-Ken is normally translated as therefore. Lo not hit halek. Not he walked. Yahushua, odd meaning more, but betok, in the midst, ha-Yehudim, the Jews. In the midst of the Jews. Right? Therefore, not he walked, Yahushua, more, in the midst of the Yehudim. Le'enei, and in the eyes, ha'am of the people, ki'im, often together like that, can mean but, sar, but left, me, sham, from there. El to ha eretz, the land, ha karova, which is close, because we know the karav means to draw near, right? So it means close, right? The land close, la midbar, to the wilderness. In the eyes of the people. So he didn't walk in the midst of the Yehudim or in the eyes of the people, but left from there to the land close to the wilderness. L2, Ir, which is a city. Ephraim, depending how you want to say it. Vayagar, and sojourned, which is interesting because that's like the verb, because we know that ger means an alien or stranger, right? So, but this is the verb. So, and sojourned, sham, there. Im, with Talmidav, with his Talmid, or with his disciples, to a city of Ephraim, and sojourned there with his Talmidim, disciples. And then we have a nun and a hey, which again is 50 and 5. Vayikravu, and it means, and they drew near. Again, we got karav, which is to draw near. Yemei, meaning the days. It's a plural of yom. Ha-Pesach, the Passover. La Yehudim, to the Yehudim. Ve'am, and people, rav, many. Alu, they, that's the they, went up. Al is to go up, right? To arise. Men from Haaretz, the land. And they drew near the days of the Pesach for the Yehudim, and many people, they went up from the land. Yerushalayim, to Jerusalem, because the hey at the end is a directional hey, to Jerusalem. Lifnei, before. Ha-Pesach, the Passover. Lehit Kadesh, meaning for sanctification, for making themselves holy, in other words. And we have to Yerushalayim, before the Pesach, for sanctification. And then we have Nun 50, Vav 6, 56. Vevakshu, and they were seeking. Et Yahushua, he, and it was, hem, they, dim, was standing, bevet, in the house, ha-mikdash, of the temple. And they were seeking Grandma Marka Yahushua, and it was, they were standing in the house of the temple. Just think of that. They're standing in the holy place and making these decisions to eliminate Yeshua. Just think of that. And now we have Vedabru, and they said, Ish, a man, El2, Re'ehu, his companion, Ma, what, Tomru, what do you say? What do you say? Ha-ki, is it that? Because it's a questioning hey, and we know ki means that. Yavo, he shall come. L2, he chag, the feast. And they said, a man to his companion, what do you say? Is it that he shall come to the feast? Then we have a Nun Zion, which is 50 and 7. the Rashi, meaning and the heads, Ha-Kohanim of the priests, the Ha-Perushim and the Pharisees, Gazru, they decreed, Gezerah, meaning an edict, a shear that, if, Yeda, he knew, and the heads of the priests and the Perushim, Pharisees, they decreed an edict that if he knew, that means if anyone knew, right? If he knew, ish a man, et, grammar marker, me komo, from his place, Yodienu, to make it known. Le ma'an, so that yit pe suhu, he will be captured. A man and his place, to make it known so that he'll be captured. And that brings us to the end of chapter 11. Just refreshing on the vowel markings. If you're not totally sure, we just pick the top line again. Remember that when the dot is above, it's an O sound, and it's cholam. And this is called a shavah. This is called a segol. This is a zere, a longer E sound. Zeh. This is a patach, and this is a kamatz. Right, we will now just show the final slide as usual, which is all to help us in remembering the values of the different letters, because that's how Hebrew counts, and also the resources. And so, as we come to the end of Yehuchanan, a great chapter, we just want to thank you that you've come to this point. And we want to wish you a Shavua Tov, and we pray that all these lessons are of help. In Yeshua's great and glorious name, may you have a blessed week. Amen.